Hi everyone, I am Shahan. Welcome back to my channel, and in this video I will talk you about SARS. So what is SARS? SARS is Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. SARS. Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. Now, in 2003, a mysterious virus came into the world, and it actually caused a kind of unknown pneumonia. So WHO warns that some unknown form of pneumonia is prevailing in the world, and it is rapidly spreading in different countries like China, Vietnam, Hong Kong. And what is the source of this virus is unknown. So all these created a hue and cry in the world in 2003. So what did the researchers do? Basically, the researchers find out that it was caused by novel coronavirus, a new type of coronavirus, and later they named it as SARS-CoV. SARS-CoV means SARS, Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. CoV means coronavirus. So SARS coronavirus. Now, before telling you about SARS-CoV, let me tell you what we knew about coronavirus beforehand. So before this 2003 SARS coronavirus, we knew that coronavirus are actually the virus who caused the common cold, which is the most common cause of the common cold after rhinovirus. So number one is rhinovirus. After that, coronavirus, which is the most common cause of the common cold. We till that date we knew about the coronavirus. Now this coronavirus has something known as spikes. These spikes are there throughout its outer membrane, and you get a spike protein. All these are spike protein. And you have inside this long, very long positive sense RNA genome. Very long, and this is probably the longest. So very long positive sense RNA genome. Positive sense RNA genome. And the virus is covered by capsid, protein capsid. Now this very long positive sense RNA genome will produce different glycoproteins, which are very much essential for the virus. Basically, the glycoproteins which are produced by this very long positive sense RNA genome are four. Number one is spike, number two is nucleocapsid, number three is membrane, and number four is envelope. So spike, nucleocapsid, membrane, and envelope. Spike is S, nucleocapsid is N, membrane is M, and envelope is E. So all these are the four types of glycoprotein that is produced by very long positive sense RNA genome inside the coronavirus. Now, what does this coronavirus spikes help? Basically, these spikes helps in survival of the coronavirus in the GI tract. This is very important. So this helps to survive the virus in the GI tract. Coronavirus specially infect the epithelial cells of the respiratory tract. So where does coronavirus infection occurs? Basically, infection occurs in the epithelial cells of the respiratory tract. Until that date, before SARS coronavirus, we knew that coronavirus cause infections in the upper respiratory tract. Okay, it was not found that it can cause infection in the lower respiratory tract. In case of SARS coronavirus, it produced infection in the lower respiratory tract, but in case of normal coronavirus, common cold, it causes infection in the upper respiratory tract. Why it causes infection in the upper respiratory tract? Because the upper respiratory tract has an optimal temperature for the virus to survive. This is very important. Now, how does spreading or transmission of coronavirus occurs? Basically, it's spread or transmit with the help of aerosol by sneezing. If one person sneeze, the virus goes from that person to the affected person. In this way, by sneezing, by aerosol particles, by droplets, it's spread. Now, this is very, very important. It came in several times in NEET, PG, DNB and FMG examination. What is the receptor that actually attach the coronavirus? So you can see this is the coronavirus. It has so many spike proteins here. All these are black color spike proteins, and this is the membrane, epithelial membrane of respiratory tract, and you can see there is a receptor. The name of the receptor is very important. It came in several times in NEET, PG, FMG. That is S2 receptor. S2 receptor, angiotensin converting enzyme 2 receptor. Angiotensin converting enzyme 2 receptor, S2 receptor. Now this S2 receptor will attach the coronavirus with the help of the spike protein, and the virus will easily now enter inside the cell, and it will produce replication and create so many progeny of the virus. This is very important, S2 receptor. Now, what is different about SARS coronavirus is SARS coronavirus cause infection in the lower respiratory tract. Very important. But till 2003, we knew that the normal coronavirus which causes the common cold, that can produce the infection in the upper respiratory tract, I told you. But here we can see that this SARS coronavirus is causing infection in the lower respiratory tract, and this is generally causing in patients who are very young or very old. This is very important. Very young patient or very old patient are suffering in the SARS coronavirus. So what is the symptoms of SARS coronavirus? This is also very important. Number one is flu-like symptom. What is the meaning of flu-like symptom? Flu-like symptom means the patient will have fever, the patient will have chills, cough, malaise. So all these are flu-like symptoms. Fever, the patient have a lot of fever, pyrexia, chills, cough, the patient will cough, and also the patient will have a malaise. So all these are flu-like symptoms. 70% of the patient have fever or SOB, shortness of breath. The patient will have shortness of breath. Why shortness of breath? Because it is a kind of pneumonia, I told you, unknown form of pneumonia, SARS-CoV. So the patient will have SOB, shortness of breath. 70% of the patient either have fever or SOB, shortness of breath. Now, 20 to 30% of the patient will require ventilator support. So 20 to 30% patient require ICU support. Very important. And 30% patients, they improve after a week. This is WEEK. Okay, after 1 week treatment, let me correct it. After 1 week treatment, the patient will improve. And 10% is the mortality rate. So if 100 patient come, 10%, that means 10 patient will die. So this is the mortality rate of the SARS coronavirus. Now, let me tell you the diagnosis. For diagnosis, we generally have different lab tests. We do different lab tests for diagnosis. And generally, like this one, COVID-19, we do quarantine. And the treatment plan is same as that of the pneumonia. So this is the end of this video. If you like this video, make a thumbs up. And please subscribe this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.